Here we are running into the underground crypto moon-based research laboratory. So a short story about the three forces of crypto value. So imagine encountering a new crypto asset for the first time. It exists on a network you may or may not understand. It has a price, a supply, and a community, and some claimed purposes. The immediate question is not what it does, but why anyone values it at all. So we're continuing the conversation about value in a different lens. The answer usually lies in three forces working together. The first force is utility. If the token enables participation in a system, paying fees, securing a network, accessing services, it acquires functional relevance. People need it in order to act within the system. Demand begins with use. But utility alone rarely creates large markets. Speculation enters next. Participation begins to consider not only what the system is, but what it also might become. Future adoption is imagined. Capital flows towards the anticipated growth. Prices rise ahead of reality. Speculation expands value quickly. Yet speculation cannot sustain its value by itself. Expectation eventually faces limits. This is where belief becomes decisive. Belief forms when enough participants agree the asset matters, not temporarily but persistently. Communities hold through volatility, builders continue developing, and markets maintain liquidity. Trust stabilizes participation. Belief extends value across time. Assets lacking any of these forces struggle. Utility without attention grows slowly. Speculation without function collapses, and belief without substance weakens. But when all three align, when a token is useful, expected to grow, and collectively trusted, value becomes durable. Crypto markets are not random. They reflect the interaction of function, expectation, and coordination. Now let's get to the regular talking points here. All right, three forces behind crypto value. And you can use a VPN online, but you know, you might have to constantly change it depending on what you're looking at, because a lot of times, you know, you might set your, location somewhere that's not America, but it's just as much blocked from the project's website as any other place, right? So when you use a VPN on everything, you kind of constantly have to move it around. So three forces behind crypto value, right? Crypto assets derive value primarily from three interacting forces: functional utility, speculative demand, and collective belief. All right, are we going to work? The balance between these determines stability. All right, utility value from each function. So utility exists when a token is required to perform action within a system. Paying transaction fees, staking for security, accessing services, collateralizing assets, and governance participation. Utility creates structural demand. Speculation, value from expectation. It's a good way to put it. Speculation reflects anticipated future growth. Markets price potential adoption, not just presents use. Speculation accelerates price discovery and capital inflow. It drives expansion phases. And then, of course, belief, value from coordination. Belief arises when participants collectively recognize an asset as meaningful. Shared recognition supports trust, liquidity, and persistence. Belief stabilizes value across time. Albania is good. He says, always use a VPN online. Albania is good. I will certainly keep that in mind. Utility without speculation, right? Assets with utility but little speculation often grow slowly. They may remain undervalued because markets do not anticipate rapid exposure. They may remain undervalued because markets do not anticipate rapid expansion. Function alone rarely creates explosive growth. Speculation without utility, assets driven primarily by speculation can rise rapidly but collapse when expectation fades. Without real demand, value cannot sustain itself. Speculation alone is completely unsustainable. Belief without utility, pure belief-based assets rely entirely on coordination. They can persist if communities remain strong, but weak if coordination breaks. Belief alone is very fragile. That's a heck of a word. Belief alone is very fragile. And they're kind of running you through these three forces of value and what happens when one of those forces are missing, right? Balanced value structure. Sustainable crypto assets typically combine real utility, credibility, credible future potential, strong community belief, and balanced procedures, balanced produce resilience. I cannot read tonight. I don't know what it definitely got me off my game with the whole resetting the computer and everything. Crypto value is strongest when function, expectation, and coordination reinforce each other.